Refreshing wild cherry cola meets smooth cream. The treat you deserve. Pepsi Wild Cherry and Cream. Treat yourself.
This episode is brought to you by Indeed. Stop waiting around for the perfect candidate. Instead, use Indeed sponsored jobs to find the right people with the right skills fast. It's a simple way to make sure your listing is the first candidates see. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs have 4 times more applicants than non-sponsored jobs. So go build your dream team today with Indeed. Get a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply.
Alright, what's up guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. And in today's episode, I wanted to kind of do a motivational episode. I need to know what I need to start doing is actually start doing motivational YouTube videos and stuff. I have a motivational channel called Core Motivate. And did I change? I don't think I changed the name to that. No, I think I still left it how it was and stuff. But anyways, no, overall though, I do have a motivational channel. I just am lacking content with that channel. But no, anyways, I wanted to do an episode for content creators because it just overall entertainers. Like, it doesn't even have to be strictly about content creating. Like, you don't have to look at this episode as a content creating episode, but it is that's what I am going to be using as the main topic. But no, overall though, getting straight on into this episode, I wanted to start off by saying that not everybody is going to like your content. And that's the thing, it's okay, because I feel like people will hear that and they think along the lines like, oh, well then that means I'm not cut out for content creating. No, I'm not saying anything along those lines. I'm just saying that there are going to be people out there that are not going to like your content, and there's going to be haters. There's going to be people, I guess, that's not really all that interested in your content. But that's the thing, though. It's okay. It's chill. And I guess with me, because I remember when I very first got into content creating back in 2010, I never really had cared about what other people had thought of my videos. Just me being able to upload videos onto the internet, that was enough for me. And no, yeah, I was happy with it. I was satisfied with what I was doing at the time. And then and that was the thing with content creating back then. It was more so being used for personal reasons. Like, I wasn't really in the same mindset that I'm in today, that okay, hold on for a second. I feel like I'm saying that wrong. The mindset that I'm in today wasn't the same mindset that I had back then. Okay, there we go. That sounds a lot better. But no, anyways, back then it was content creating was mainly like a personal use thing. Like, I didn't really have like no goals or anything when it came down to content creating. Like, I just posted whenever, did whatever. Now I'm like, fam, I'm thinking of like, okay, what content can I do today? What content? Like, my mind stays in a content creating mindset 24/7. So yeah, that's why I'm all like, yeah, content creating, it's definitely, mentally, it's a lot. Mentally it is a lot. And that's okay too. Like, that's the thing with content creating, is that people think it's the scariest thing ever, because you gotta be the entertainer, you gotta be the writer, you gotta be the producer, you gotta be pretty much everything. Like, when you're starting off with content creating, you have to do all jobs. Now, yeah, as the time goes on, if you want other people to do the jobs for you, you very well can hire those people. But I don't know, man, with me, it's like 16 years of doing it by myself. I think I could go another 16 years continuously doing it by myself. And so yeah, that's why I'm like, I'm not really tripping too hard about like the workload with content creating. But no, man, one thing that I have learned is that people are not going to like your content. And I mean, it's just people that are just not interested. It could be people that are, they might have had a bad experience with that line of content. Like, so for an example, if it's a gaming series that you do where you're playing, I'm trying to think of a video game. All right, Forza. Like, let's say, yeah, you're doing a video game series where you're playing Forza, and there might be that person where it's like they had a bad experience with Forza. I'm not going to force that person to like my Forza videos. Now, if there are people within the fan base that, want to sit down and watch my videos, then that's fine. That's cool. But I'm not, that's one thing I guess that I've just develop, where I'm like, I'm not going to force people to watch my content. You see that so often where it's like people will force you to try to watch their content, and I'm like, fam, and that's the thing, it's not that I hate your content, it's just that I'm not interested. Everybody is like that, because even the person that's listening to this episode and you're feeling discouraged that people don't like your content, how much content out there that you don't like? Because I guarantee and I promise you, there's videos out there where you haven't watched them, you don't care for watching them, and you have no desires ever in your life to watch them. That's okay. And that's the thing, where it's like, and that whoever that creator is, they're still posting videos till this day, and they're going to continuously still keep posting videos. So that's why I'm like, yeah, people feel like it's discouraging that somebody doesn't like your content. And that's the thing, I don't want people, I guess, that doesn't either like my content or doesn't like me as a creator, I don't want them watching the videos in the first place, because yeah, you get those haters, you get those, I think people call them like anti fans or something like that, where it's like it's pretty much like a super hater, and yeah, because a hater just, they'll hate for like the moment being, and then they'll just disappear. But like, no, an anti fan, they'll continuously keep coming back to your channel just hating. And that's the thing that I never understood. I'm like, you don't like my content, yet you watch my content more than my fans do. Like, you don't see a problem with that, you don't see any issues with that, and they'll try to justify on why they're watching. Yeah, people like that, I'm like, I think I would rather have it where people didn't watch my content than to have people like that, because I feel like it's not really discouraging, but it's annoying to see those type of people. I'm like, fam, there's all these different things that you could be doing with your life. You're just being a super hater right now. Like, you have like no reason to be here, yet you keep finding yourself here. So really, at the end of the day, I must be doing something right, like, and what's so funny is that I remember when I got into doing reaction videos, and how naturally, and the crazy thing is that I feel like I'm better now at reaction videos than I was back then, because back then, I feel like with any line of content that I was nervous at first. So when I had started doing just videos where I was just sitting down talking about stuff, I was nervous at first. But as the time went on, I got better. Same with gaming videos. I was nervous at first. Didn't really know what I wanted to do. But I was like, okay, I know I want to play this video game. So that's what I'm going to be doing, And I guess like people are going to be more so focused on that than they are me. So, but I remember at first I was nervous with it. And now I'm a little bit more open when it comes to gaming Well, I just say overall with just all of content creating, I'm open, like I'm not somebody that's still nervous after 16 years and stuff of doing content. Yeah, no, I can't. It's just not in me to be nervous. If anything, I'm trying to break people out of being nervous when they get into content creating. But no, I remember when I had started doing reaction videos, and how like people they will sit around, hate on the reaction videos because other people have talked on their hatred for reaction videos. Now somehow, some way that affects me, and I'm like, fam, I don't care what you like, I don't care what you don't like, I don't care what content you watch on the regular. Whatever content you watch on the regular, you're not going to find it here on this channel. What you're going to find is my face talking about whatever it is that it wants to talk about, whether it's a reaction video, whether it's some sneakers, whether it's gaming, whether it's music, whether it's movies, I don't care what it is, fam. And that's one thing that people need to understand, is that you are in control of your channel. Like, do not let anybody tell you that they're in control of your channel, the channel that you created, the channel where you have that, you have that will to either delete the channel or keep the channel going. Nobody control, unless it's like a co-owned channel. But other than that, fam, if you're the one that created that channel, that's your channel. That's like somebody trying to tell you what to do in your car. And I'm like, fam, if you ain't the police, or if we're talking content creating, if you ain't the people behind YouTube, behind Twitch, behind TikTok, behind Instagram, if you're not any of those people, then you just some random, because my thing is this, let's say you're driving down the street, right? And I'm trying to think, what could you do out of the ordinary in your car? Let's say, I'm trying to think, I don't know, like you get out with your right foot instead of your left foot, so you have to do like a reach over it. That just would be weird. But my thing is this though, If you want to do that, guess what? That's your car. You could do that. Let's say you've been doing that for years. Let's say that's how you get out of a car. You get out with your right foot instead of your left foot, right? Or I guess cause no, if you have a car where it's the driver's seat is on the passenger side, then yeah, you would have to get out with your right foot. But okay, but then let's say if you have one of those types of cars, you get out with your left foot instead of your right foot and things. You get out with the opposite foot pretty much. But no, somebody come walking up to you talking about, hey, you're not allowed to do that. Did you buy this car? Do you own me? Like, are we back in a slavery time or something? Because if not, get out of my face. Like, I'm not, or, okay, you know what, something a little bit more normal. So let's say you buy yourself a pair of sneakers. You're dirtying these sneakers up. I mean, you're jumping in the mud with them. You're going crazy with those sneakers. And somebody runs up on you talking about, hey, what you're doing? You can't do that. And it's like, fam, I bought these. These are mine. If it's one thing, if you would have bought them for me, then yeah, I probably would have been a little bit more respectful for the shoes. But I use my money to go out and get these shoes. You ain't gonna tell me what to do with my own shoes. So that's how I look at content creating. Because no, people they have tried to play that with me. I'll never forget. I remember this guy. He comes on my channel. He talking about, oh, I subscribe to your channel, so therefore, I own this channel. Or I can't remember what he said, but he said something like that along those lines. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, fam, you can get blocked and you won't have a say so on this channel at all. Like, if you're a fan, be respectful, and that's the thing. Like, I just remember saying that before, like being respectful to content creators, and people want to argue with me talking about you have to earn my respect. No, it don't work like that. Yeah, if we're in a public environment and we're not the owners of that environment and stuff, then I feel like that's one of those, at a time, that's when something like that can be said. But when you're on my channel, it's either respect me or get blocked. People are gonna probably be all like, "Oh, you got big ego." No, it's one of those things where I'm like, I don't go to your channel or your house or your place of work or wherever you're at in the world disrespecting you. So why all of a sudden, because you're a content creator, you're supposed to be disrespected. People will try to come up with any and every way to justify their behavior, and I'm like, fam, that's one thing people they have always said with me is that I have an attitude, I have a little bit of a behavior issue. And my thing is this. Again, I don't go to your channel, your house, your place of work, wherever you stay at. I don't disrespect you. I don't disrespect your fan. Now, if you come to my channel or my streams or wherever disrespecting me, then yes, I am going to be disrespectful. That's not an attitude. That's just how people operate. So it's like, because my question is, I guess, to those type of people, how would you feel if somebody came to your house and they just started disrespecting you? You're going to feel a certain way about that. So that's why I'm like, yeah, people, my thing is this. If you don't like somebody's content, fine, cool. Don't like it, but don't try to force the person to be somebody that they're not, and then think along the lines like, oh, that's going to work because it's worked out for other people, so it's going to work out for me. No. Ain't worked out for nobody. There is not one content creator in this world. Yeah, maybe if it's a content creator where they do give their fans the power to control whatever type of content gets uploaded, those are those channels. But my channel and any other channel that's operated like my channel, yeah, we ain't rolling like that, but yeah, I'll never forget that. I was like, yeah, that guy was solid, because I think I did a video talking about like being respectful or something like that, and the guy was all like, oh, you have to earn my respect. And I'm thinking to myself, this ain't your channel. So it's like, no, you either respect me or you get blocked. One of the two. You decide. And while you're be deciding and all that other stuff, I'm like, I'll get the block button ready and things in case if you still want to have that same energy and stuff. Because yeah, and what's so funny is that people, when you block them or ban them and stuff, they want to they want to get mad about it. Like they want to try to make you feel a certain way about blocking them and things. And I'm like, if you're going to still have an attitude with me even after you've been blocked, fam, that's why you've been blocked. Like, there's this one guy, he came to my channel, and not too long ago, he comes to my channel. I can't remember what exactly he said, but it's one of those things where it's like, when you go to a person's Twitch channel, like, read the rules. Like, that's like one of the first thing that people say is be respectful. There ain't no like, oh, well, what if or but and all these other, no. you're going to be respectful, otherwise you're getting banned from the stream. There ain't no earning your respect as you're in my stream. It don't work like that, you know. But he did say something disrespectful, and I banned him, and he come messaging me on Instagram talking about, oh, I've been subscribed to you since because I think that's what it was. He discovered me through the one YouTuber, Crispy Concords. And I'm like, okay, my thing is this: why is it that everybody else that discovered me through that content creators fan base, why is it that they're respectful, but you want to come to my stream on some disrespectful stuff? So it's like, yeah, you might not think that it's disrespectful because you probably talk like that with everybody, but I look at it as disrespect. So my thing is this: just go to a person's stream or comments, whatever, be respectful. You don't have to worry about being banned and blocked. You know, but it's definitely not going to be on no timing where I have to earn your respect on my channel. No, it don't work like that, you know, so. But anyways, with that being said, I will talk to y'all later. But yeah, once again, just to repeat myself, you know, not everybody's going to like your content. Not everybody's going to be respectful. At the end of the day, you're in control of your content. You're in control of whatever videos you want to upload, whatever streams you want to do, and all this other stuff. At the end of the day, the ones that really do support you, you'll see them more than you see the anti-fans. And if you see the anti-fans and the haters more, then it's one of those things where it's like, you're just wasting your time at the end of the day, because ain't nothing going to change here. You know, so, but anyways, yeah, with that being said, I'll talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. Stay tuned for the next episode. Like, subscribe, viewing this on YouTube. Follow or subscribe, viewing this on a podcast streaming service, and peace.